What up? This is Robert Ory.
Or three-pointer.
So maybe flip the screen.
You might want to Big shot Bob.
So Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
So what's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
Hell yeah. Show number 2 this week. It is the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. I'm Rob Jenners. That is 7-time NBA champion, star of World's Toughest Test, Robert Ory. And by star of, I mean briefly featured on. Yeah, so if you're not watching World's Toughest Test, we got a new episode coming up Monday night. I do want to know, I meant to ask you this on Tuesday and didn't. I want next week to be our first week joined by someone from World's Toughest Test.
Okay.
So who do you think you can get to join us next week from the show?
I'm gonna reach out to see who's available. I know
Okay.
Brian's shooting something, so I'm gonna reach out. And, you know, the crazy part about this show, my mom watched it, and the first thing my mom said was, "I don't like this show. It's scary."
Well, when you told me you were doing this, the first thing I asked you was, "Did you watch last season?" Because it was no joke. I mean, they were in the desert last season. This is obviously a lot different because you guys are freezing your asses off. But
Yeah.
it is not. I mean, like, it's straight up military training. They are not effing around. Like,
Yeah, and it's so weird. On the first task that clearly I did not do because you didn't see me in the first episode.
sure.
The guy staff asked me, like, Billy was like, "Did we start out too tough?" I'm like, hell yeah, dude! You can't just have someone submerged up in the air.
I mean,
rocks and water and say, "Do
300
this shit."
feet over a valley. I mean, what?
Yeah.
First
Hey,
test.
there's some. You got to ease us into it. We ain't military.
All right, so
Shit happens. Probably ain't even worked out.
I don't know if you can answer this, but I'm going to ask it.
I can answer anything.
Are those guys, the staff, the 4 guys are they like,
Mhm.
when the cameras aren't on, are they a little cooler, or is it just like straight a-hole drill sergeant military all the time?
Straight assholes until you check out, and then they'll come in there and say bye to you, and the nicest fucking guys ever. But you don't know this until afterwards.
Okay.
Even when
But like,
when they
so
even
like
join
when
us for the press conference.
call it, like when you're done, you hand in your armband, then they're cool. But everything before that is like, nope, F you all the way.
All right, once you turn in your armband, they like, get the fuck out of here. And then when you go off camera, oh man, what's up? You know, and they turn into a totally
And they're
different
cool.
people, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think at the end of the day, they know that we're doing something that we have no clue what the fuck we're doing, and we're giving it our best.
Hell no.
And so they appreciate it, just to get a little taste of their world. And I say a little taste, I mean just a minute little taste of what they do.
Yeah. And I feel terrible for Tara Reid because they're just beating the hell out of her. The first 2 episodes, and she's gone now. The second episode she left, but the first 2 episodes, man, they just beat the hell out of her.
Hey, did you see Tyler having to carry her with one hand?
He's got her
with the other
backpack
hand?
on his other hand. He's like lifting
He's
her.
lifting
And then
her.
she's got like 3 packs of cigarettes in her pants, and I'm just like, girl, what are you doing?
Hey, here's the funny part. When she said, "I don't know how that got in there." What the hell you mean? They had your uniforms.
I don't know how that got in there. What's in that pocket? Nothing. Oh no, it's another pack of cigarettes. Like, oh,
I don't know how
girl.
to get in there. That's the
Girl,
funny-
come on, man. Come on, man. All right, well, let's see who we get. So it'll be a surprise mystery guest, hopefully, next
I'm
week.
gonna
Hopefully we
start
can get
researching
somebody.
that right
yeah,
now.
just start, throw something into the text thread and just see who's out there. See who's out there.
Yeah.
I did want to start with this. Thank you, by the way, for everybody that reached out about my pops, because I talked about my pops last week on the show. So I wanted to ask you guys, and I have a story I'll tell you about my dad that's kind of a wild, crazy, lives in infamy sort of story in my family. Do you guys have any stories about your family that's just, man, when you tell this story, people just kind of shake their heads like, what? Because I got one that literally every time I tell it, people are like, you're kidding me.
Ones that I can actually share? Nope.
Yeah. Oh, well, come on.
I don't. Other than my family, my mom's side of the family, I stopped going to like 4th of July parties and all this kind of stuff because they used to always pick on me because I was so tall and so skinny. And
when you were a kid.
When I was a kid, they used to pick on me. I'm the tallest person in the family, And it got so bad where I told my mom, I'm not going. And I didn't like my family at all because they did it out of love, I think. I'm going to assume because I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But they usually just pick on me. And it got so bad where I didn't even want to go to Thanksgiving dinners, to 4th of July,
Oh, that's
to
no fun.
nothing. Yeah, but
That's
that was about it.
Okay.
So nothing really outranked. My brother, that's a whole 3-hour show talking about my brother. But other than
How
that,
so?
nothing.
Just give us a taste of what is it about your brother?
My brother disappeared one time. We couldn't find him. We took him to college, and he went to Dillon. My brother was a really good basketball player. We took him to Dillon. All of a sudden, they called my mom like, he disappeared. He just left. He just left. We didn't know where he was, and apparently he joined the military. And we didn't even know this.
What?
So he got pictures of him in the military, and then he got a dishonorable discharge. We don't know why he left the military.
That's
But it's a whole list of things, man. We could keep going on and on and on.
See, that's part of. You have a big family. Like you have like a lot of cousins and stuff, or aunts and uncles, or no?
Oh yeah, on my dad's side, he had 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
Oh,
so
okay.
we got a lot of.
You got a lot of cousins.
My mom's side,
I
I got a lot of cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing here. Big, crazy, stupid Italian family from the Northeast that there's lots of cousins and people that get into the mix. So, in remembrance of my dad, I tell the story because I love my father, but my father was a hothead. And when my parents got divorced when I was about 10 years old, and my stepfather now, who has raised me from that time forward, is like one of the wisest men I ever met. He's just a great, great person. Was at the time my parents got divorced, our next door neighbor. He lived next door, and he was going through a divorce as well. So, of course, him and my mom started kind of bonding over the fact that they were both going through stuff. So, and I'll never forget this because it was Father's Day. I was with my dad, and my dad picked me up and saw my mom leave the house with my sister to go somewhere, and then immediately saw Bob, who's my stepfather, leave his house next door and follow them. So my dad, who is still sort of fresh into this whole divorce thing, goes, well, I'm going to find out what the hell's going on here. And with me in tow, now follows them. So now here's 3 cars all just going somewhere, and nobody knows what the hell's going on. My mom pulls into a Kmart and takes my sister in, I guess, to buy shoes. And my stepfather at the time was our neighbor, Bob, walks in with them, and they're just literally standing in the aisle chatting while my sister's trying on shoes. My father, Parks, drags me into the store with him and starts hunting to find out where everybody is, and sees my mom and my now stepfather literally just standing in the middle of this shoe aisle in Kmart chatting. And my dad throws my hand down. And at the time, he was a soccer player, so he books it down this aisle as fast as he can, leaps off of his feet, and haymakers my stepfather. I mean, just wha-bam! In the middle of Kmart. And my mom is, oh, God, Jebba! My sister's crying. I'm at the end of the aisle watching this. Like, what the hell is going on? And the two of them are beating the shit out of each other in the middle of a Kmart. Here come the managers. Here come the store people. They're trying to break these guys up. What the hell is going on? And then, fast forward a couple years later, my mom and stepfather get married. So this man is now in our life forever. And him and my dad beat the shit out of each other in the middle of a Kmart. So it took like 10, 15 years before they could really kind of ever be in the same room together. Mm-hmm. Because, hey, look, now we share a family. We kind of can't ignore each other and get away from it. But I'll never in my life forget the image of my dad jumping off his feet like Goku. And just...
He did Superman punch you, did he?
And he just cold clocked my stepfather. And they ended up in this huge fight in the middle of a Kmart.
Did your stepfather recover and get the best of your pops? Your pops got the best of your stepfather?
No, because my mom got in between them, and then the store employees came over and pulled them apart. So the fight deteriorated quickly. But he just got one good lick in on him, and down he went. It's one of those stories that literally this is how effed up my family is. Go ahead, throw yours there. Wow, okay. So anyway, if you ever had some crazy shit happen in your family, you want to share a story, send it on. I'll share them on the show. I love wild family drama. Speaking of fights, we got a little clarity on what happened between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. Not that this story hasn't been talked about a million times over, but the insult here I thought was pretty wild. This is according to Pablo Torre. Jordan Poole told Draymond, apparently prior to this fight, that he was, quote, an expensive backpack for Steph Curry to carry around all season. That's sort of what deteriorated the whole thing and led to punches. He called him an expensive backpack. Ooh.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say on that one. It's just like, why? It's a big deal.
I mean, right, but also if you're Draymond, you go untrue. I mean,
I'm like, dude, I'm an all-star.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, I'm
as much shit as Draymond talks.
Here. What? What?
As much shit as he talks, like you let that work. I think it has to be more to that story.
And there had to be. There had to be a lot. But anyway, my question was, what's the worst insult someone ever threw at you? Do you remember? Because you had to have so much just trash talk in the NBA.
I think the thing that hurt me the most out of everything was when Dick Vitale called me the most overrated player in high school. Okay. That thing, for me, I'm the number one player in the state of Alabama, and you call me the most overrated player. And then when I met him, I didn't say that. I said, motherfucker, I still got the article on my bed. Yes, I do. And I remember that shit because I was at Nike camp, and I was on a team that was just filled with guards, and all they do is win the shoot by. So I said, well, I'm going to have a good time. I would get a rebound, go down, pull it from half court just for the hell of it. So I'm not going to get any shots. I got this. I'm rebounding everything. So he called me the most overrated player in high school. So I think that's the only insult because you get used to it. A name like Horry. You get
Horry?
called a lot of
Horry, I'm sure. Yeah,
horny, horrible, horrific, so many things. So that never bothers me. But I think when Dick Vitale said that hit home. That hit home real hard.
Yeah, I get that. The most expensive backpack. God bless.
That's crazy.
A question from Austin. And if you ever have a question, we're at Big Shot Bob Pod pretty much everywhere.
How about you, B Harp? They said talk about your beard. It's like your beard sucks. Your beard is weird.
I ain't never heard that. That's the complete opposite. It's crazy part
about
it.
I know you got a really nice beard. I'm sure nobody's ever said that, but I'm just saying.
Usually it's the opposite where not like recently I was out at a store. I was at Publix one day. And usually when guys, you know how guys, when they want to say something, it's like they always take a second look at you and you turn around, look at them and they look away. And so I was shopping and dude made a comment. He was like, man, I got to get back on my beard routine. And I knew he was talking to me. He was like, I was like, are you talking to me? He was like, yeah. He said, man, your beard looks full. It looks nice. I said, appreciate it. He said, man, you make me, every time I hear guys, you make me want to get back on my beard routine, man. This little beard I got ain't working. I'm like, hey, whatever works for you, works for you. I don't say nothing to nobody. I just be minding my own business. And guys and women want to touch it. So I got to be like, hold on, lady.
I love that you took a conversation about the worst insults and turned it into how people just throw flowers at my feet about my beard.
No, I don't remember.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Oh, piss boy.
Piss boy.
It's good to be the king.
It is good to be the king. It is good to be the king.
I think like growing up when you were in school, like some of the
everybody got made fun of.
Yeah, but see, like what's crazy is like a lot of the features that you may have now were made fun of then. And so like if you were back in school and you had big lips, you would hear people call you big lip bastard and things of that nature and stuff like that. But now, hey, the ladies like them.
Okay, LL.
Yeah, there's a little bit of LL. Lick them lips, boy. Not on this podcast. All right. This question came in from Austin. Is Rob into any of the new Star Wars stuff? You guys have talked about Star Wars before. I'm watching Ahsoka, and it's really good, but you have to be a Star Wars Rebels fan to follow it. And Andor was really good. Do you like any of the new stuff, the Star Wars stuff?
I like of course, like Mandalorian. I haven't started watching Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I haven't started watching that one yet. I was getting ready to start watching it, the other day, and I realized, oh shit, I didn't finish Secret Invasion, and so I finished that instead. So,
What do you
but I
think of
have to
Secret
start.
Invasion, by the way?
I liked it.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like nothing
I
they've done yet on Disney Plus for the Marvel stuff's been like,
yeah
that great for me.
yeah, but to me though,
Loki was
what
dope.
I
liked Loki a
yeah,
lot. I'm excited for season 2 of Loki.
I think because in the Secret Invasion that they we were talking about the scrolls, but then what's the other? I'm losing my mind now. The ones the scrolls are fighting with.
Oh, the Kree?
The Creed. See,
Yeah.
I'm a big Creed fan because the Creed to me takes it to a whole nother level. So they're introducing the Creed, so I'm kind of excited for the Creed to come into it. But back to Star Wars, I like a lot of Star Wars stuff. I didn't like the one, the other one. What's the other one? I can't think of it. Oh my goodness, the one you just mentioned,
Andor?
Andor. I didn't like Andor.
You didn't like Andor?
I didn't like.
I liked Andor a lot. It was very grounded. It was
Yeah.
like this is
That's
kind
probably
of
why
what
I
it
didn't
would,
like it.
this is right. This is kind of what it would be like if somebody tried to take over the universe. People just getting randomly thrown in prison for no reason and stuff. So, yeah. I mean, I thought it was good. Ahsoka's dope, but he's right. You have to be a Star Wars Rebels fan to really follow anything that's going on in Ahsoka. Because
I love the Star Wars
and
cartoons.
I love Rebels. I love Rebels.
Mhm.
It's a great show. But if you didn't watch it, man, Ahsoka's just going way over everybody's head. So, if you were a fan of that stuff, but Obi-Wan Kenobi was okay. I was cool to see those guys back. And Ahsoka, you'll like because there's a lot of Hayden Christensen popping up in Ahsoka as Anakin. So very good.
Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, we got this one from this came from Fadeaway World. After the addition of Dame Lillard in Milwaukee, the combo of Giannis and Dame was ranked amongst fans as the top duo in the NBA that everybody's looking forward to. Can you pull any of the other 10 top duos in the NBA that people were excited for this season?
Jamal Murray and Jokic.
Murray and Jokic came in at number 2.
Brown and Tatum.
I came in at number 4.
LeBron and AD.
LeBron and AD did not make the top. Oh, no, they did. They came in at 5.
Sorry.
I couldn't find them for a second.
We're talking about the NBA?
They came in at 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you got to go with Splash Brothers.
Yep. Steph and Clay, number 7.
Have we said number 1 yet?
Number 1 was the one I gave you, Lillard and Giannis.
Okay, sorry.
A few more.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten number 3.
Number 3. I know who it is.
Who is it?
Down in Dallas.
Luka and Kyrie actually came in at 6.
Okay.
Yeah, but Luka and Kyrie were on there.
Oh,
you got it.
If they ever play again.
KD and Booker.
Yep, there it is. I was waiting for it. Durant and Booker, number 3.
Yeah.
The other ones were Jimmy and Bam came in at 8 for Miami. Kawhi and Paul George at 9. I think people are just excited to see both of them healthy and back. I
want to see Spider and Garland before I want to see Jimmy and Bam.
I'm with you, and I think there's a lot more in this. And by the way, this was a fan poll.
Yeah.
So this isn't like. And then the other one that came up here, which kind of threw me, was number 10 was Embiid and Harden. And I'm like,
ain't no more duo.
He ain't gonna play. I don't think he plays a game for Philly this year. I don't think he plays a single game for Philly this year. I think he will sit and forfeit his salary before he plays a single game for the Sixers.
He ain't gonna do that.
You don't think?
I guarantee you, no, because his shoe contract. I'm like, hey, yo, you better get your ass back out there.
I didn't think about that. You're right. Extenuating circumstances. I don't know. I don't think he plays a game. This question came in from Charlie. Did we all sell out too fast on Tua? Yeah, the Dolphins lost this weekend, but I watched him hang 70 points last week on the Broncos, which Miami did. They hung 70 points on the Denver Broncos. It's starting to look like he was a better pick than Joe Burrow, or am I just thinking that because he's doing well now and Joe Burrow's getting his ass kicked?
It's a prisoner of them. I think it's a prisoner. I'll say we may have sold too early on Tua, but I don't think he's a better pick than Joe Burrow. I don't. I think we're saying that because we're a prisoner of the moment.
Yeah, because Joe Burrow is hampered by that calf. Think about it. That's what you have to have your legs to be a quarterback. And I think I never sold on Tua. I think everybody's because of concussions. Because let's be honest, he still was a good quarterback. Just like Joe Burrow is hurt now, he was hurt. So I don't think it was one of those situations like everybody's killing old boy at the Jets now. I'm like, and now he has a one good game last night.
Oh, Zach Wilson.
Like, he's okay. Give him a chance. I think we look for everybody to be Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson. We expect everybody to be just
reasonable.
great.
It's not reasonable.
And it's not reasonable. It's not reasonable because it's like, it's too early. Let these guys mature. We forget that the only reason Tom Brady got on the field is because his quarterback before him got hurt.
Drew Bledsoe got hurt. Yeah, Drew Bledsoe got hurt. That's the only reason Tom Brady got a start.
Yeah. And think about also with Aaron Rodgers, we had to sit. It's a lot of great quarterbacks.
He had 3-4 years behind Brett Favre. Yeah,
but now the quarterbacks are like thrown into the fire, so it's a learning process.
Oh, they're drafted with the expectation of you're going to start now.
It's
all the great quarterbacks sat behind someone and learned from them. These guys are like, get on out there. Bryce, get on out there and get beat up. You got an offensive line, so run for your life.
So knowing what we know now, if you had to pick them again, do you want Tua or do you want Burrow?
I think I would just go with Joe. And I hate to say that because, Tua, Alabama, Joe, LSU / Ohio State. I just think that if you watch how the height factor, the calmness, and his accuracy, I think, even though I'm watching Tua now when that pass coming out so quick and it's so accurate, I just think that for the longevity of the thing, Burrow's going to have a longer career.
And I also think that Joe has also shown in the midst of adversity, because you remember when they got to the Super Bowl, he was sacked 70 times that season. He was sacked 4 or 5 times in the Super Bowl.
And I think part of the reason that he's having the season he's having now is because his offensive line is suspect.
Yeah,
like they are letting everybody through to him. Like he has no protection.
I think we look at Joe as we still look at Joe as elite or could be elite. But Tua's a really good quarterback.
Yes.
I'm not gonna knock, because I really do think he's a really good quarterback, but I do think having someone like Tyreek Hill really, really, really helps him out. And Tyreek helps out any quarterback. And obviously Mahomes can survive without Tyreek, because look at him now.
He's got Taylor Swift. He's fine. Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, he's good. Are we over the Taylor Swift hype yet? Can we put that to bed?
I've been over it.
Holy cow, dude.
Because it's not real.
It's too much. It's become too much for me now. It's become.
Hey, come on, let's be honest. The best Taylor Swift is in green, up in Philly.
What you mean?
Yeah, I mean, you lost me.
The 2 guys in Philly are named Taylor and Swift. The running back.
Yeah. DeAndre Swift. Yeah, I know you're talking about. All right. Okay. All
Georgia.
Right. Yeah, Georgia boy. All right. Last question. We'll wrap it up. Who is Rob rooting for in the playoffs? Major League Baseball playoffs start this weekend. Braves. We're taping this ahead of time, so we don't know their opponent yet. But it's either going to be the Phillies or the Marlins. Do you have a team in the playoffs? Because we know you're not rooting for the Braves.
For the Dodgers.
Who you rooting
for? You rooting for the Dodgers?
I root for Mookie.
All right. Okay.
I got to root for Mookie. He's
okay.
Man, I love Mookie, man. He's such a cool dude, man.
Some
really
people
nice
like runner-ups.
The Dodgers and Mookie, and I mean that in love. But Mookie Betts is not going to win the MVP over Ronald Acuna. It's not going to happen.
Oh no!
Sorry.
I thought you said who I'm rooting for in the playoffs.
Oh no, yeah, for the playoffs, right? But I mean, as far as runners up go, yeah, no, everybody's like on this whole thing now where, oh yeah, Mookie deserves it. Look, Mookie's had an amazing season, and he's a wildly talented player. Ronald Acuna did some shit this year we ain't never seen.
Okay, yeah, he deserves that. That should be 100% him. Not no disrespect to Mookie, but
yeah, none.
If you look at what he did, oh my goodness, amazing.
Mookie's even on Instagram going, "You guys don't realize how good that he was this year." Like Mookie's saying that. So, yeah.
And that's all season long. He's been that way all season.
Yeah. It's but so you're pulling Dodgers. Obviously, we're pulling Braves because we work for the Braves. So we'll see you hopefully in the CS. I hope.
Man,
I hope
you know, it was so funny. Like like last night on the plane, I was watching. I had nothing to watch, so I was watching 80 for Brady or 80.
Oh, God bless. Why?
Why?
Because it was nothing. I had seen
Oh,
everything. I've been flying so much. I had
man,
seen
you are
everything.
thin on stuff to watch. Can we?
I am.
You should
thin
just
on
went to
stuff
sleep.
watch. I couldn't sleep
Oh,
because I had
Lord.
woke up and I was on. So I had another hour, 2 hours on the flight. So I was watching it. I didn't realize how the Falcons was kicking their ass, man. And
Dude,
lost that
it
game.
wasn't even close.
And the crazy part, I was
with
at
about
that game.
with about probably 5 minutes left in the third quarter. It was total Falcons dominance. And then that 28-3 forward, the whole thing fell apart. And they couldn't, I mean, like literally we've done it before here in Atlanta because we're miserable. The laundry list of errors that had to happen in the order they had to happen, just check. I mean, they went right down. Like you had to incomplete this, you had to have a holding call, you had to get in field goal range, then get knocked out of field goal
incredible
range,
catch.
and then you had to have that. Yeah, I mean, like the laundry list of comedy of errors that had to happen for them to lose that game is almost inconceivable. And every single thing happened. I've refused to watch even a highlight from that game ever again. I told you that was the game that ruined me for the Falcons. I've never rooted for the Falcons again.
And that catch by Bama.
The one on Julio caught. Yeah.
Julio caught.
Jones
Oh,
catch.
my goodness.
That's the game that should have won. That's the catch that should have won the Super Bowl because you were in
Yes.
field goal range. You run the ball 3
Yes.
times up the middle. You kick a field goal. It doesn't matter how much time is left. They can't score enough points in the time that's left on the clock. You win the Super Bowl, the game's over. No. Kyle Shanahan wants to get fucking thrifty and start throwing the football. You get 2 holding calls, you're out of field goal range, and you punt, and then you lose the whole thing. It's unbelievable. I'm still
sorry,
pissed about it. It was
sorry
6
I brought it up.
It was 6 years ago. I'm still fuming mad about it.
I see
I
that.
will never live
sorry
it
I brought
down.
it up.
I'm so mad. All right. Well, thank you for ruining my day. Jesus Christ.